Civic, a 2016, a 10th gen. We've confirmed that it's a 10th gen. It's got all the body stylings of a 10th gen, etc. So there's like no literature about this where it comes to like the normal resources that I have access to. I mean, I could go to maybe Honda might have something, but I don't. So we're going to be removing the whole dash because a tree fell on the car and smashed the window and tore up the dash some. So I'm going to document this step by step as basically I'm going in blind, so I'm not going to bother like recording the whole thing from start to finish because I don't know how long it's going to take. Could take 8 hours, could take 2. But I'm going to, as I get chunks off, I will video them and let you know. So this chunk here is just pull straight forward, held on by clips, got a couple plugs in it. A little plug here, a little, this like hose thing. I don't know exactly what it's for, probably for some sort of ambient temp sensor, or maybe a little bit of a blower. Yeah, it's ambient temp sensor right there. Because there's a little thing in there. So, yeah, just pull forward and unplug and take off and that. So, I'll probably get off maybe 1 or 2 pieces at a time and then show you how they all went together. And then we'll put it all together. It's a nice, pretty, I'm going to try and make it a concise video that's like pull off this, pull off this, pull off this, etc., etc. So, thanks for watching. There's 2 little tabs on the side of the glove box. Push them in, drop the glove box down, and just literally pull it out. It's just hooked onto these. Then this piece on the bottom just pops down from the front and then slides out the back. So you can see the clips here on the front and the slide from the back. Onward. So you got the glove box out. Now you pull this off by simply pulling out, and you got to pull this little corner piece up some just so you can get it out. Just pull up on this, then pull out on this. That comes out. This comes off the end. Just pull it out like that. Then there's 4 bolts at the top here, and you already have the glove box off. There's 2 bolts at the bottom. Unbolt all that, and there's 3 clips right here on the inside. Just gotta jerk them, and that comes out. So, next up. All right, next we've got these have to come out first. They have 3 clips at the bottom and this one at the top. This one's the hardest one to get out. You just gotta I pry it on it right there and kind of push down on this part to get that to come up. It's same on both sides, same 3 clips. So you get those out, then you'll be able to get this off. There's a screw here and a screw here, and then the rest of it's clips. It all pulls off, so you got to get this screw here, that screw there off. Then it's just unplug and pull delicately, because this crap will probably break. Then this is just got these 4 orange clips. I found this really easy to get off if I pushed right there on that little orange tab. It kind of sticks to the top. Just push on it and it'll pop right off. 2 on the front and then 2 on the sides. I'm not sure how to get this part off yet. Still figuring that one out. This pulls out from behind up in here. Again, just clips. I see one of them stayed in there, so whatever. We'll get it out. And then the AC unit comes out by simply pulling and unplugging. And then the radio looks like it's going to pull out as well. So you get those clips off. And then I'm pretty sure it's just pull on the radio. I see 2 clips, but I'm a little nervous about just jerking on it. Wait, I see we got bolt there, and it looks like that's holding in the mounting bracket for the radio. Maybe that whole thing comes out together. So we'll, I guess try that right now. Seems like all these bolts are 8mm. Yep. Oh, glass. Remember the tree fell on this car, so there's glass everywhere. Now you gotta carefully get to the back of these connectors and unplug them. I am going to use my plastic. Where's my plastic thing? My plastic thing, where did you go? Oh, God. Never mind. What's holding you up down here? Oh, there's a clip. Press clip for this. There. There you go. I can get it out real easy. There. radio out, there's this little clip here. It's plugged into right here, and that is how you get that out. So now the radio's out. It's just got 3 clips. These 2 bolts at the bottom. Boom. Cool. Let's continue on. But to get this piece out, there's a bolt here and 2 bolts here. As long as you got the trim off and you pulled out the, I guess I didn't even have to pull out this piece at the bottom, but those 2, you'll have to shift the shifter back, and then it'll just pull right out once you get those 3 bolts out. You gotta have the radio and everything else removed, of course. But there we go. So that center piece, and now we're down to the console and the dash. So I'm not sure if this even has to come out to get the dash part off. So we're going to see what's required. So this piece just pulls out forward. I hooked a little hook under there, pulled it forward from the middle off of this, and the rest of this pulls straight backwards. You get the 2 bolts that hold it down right here in the back of the console, and you got to shift the shifter all the way back. And it pretty much, I think that was it. I don't think there was anything else in the way. Yeah, and now we got one more bolt here. One more bolt here to get this piece off, which we could do right now. Sorry, it's sideways. There. Get that off. And this whole unit comes off. We'll have to use something to get that clip off. I like to use a pick tool so I can get in there and hit the clips so it just pops out. The thing you will have to fight these. I got these out. You just push in these little clips, and when you're getting the console off, I lifted it up. I lifted it up enough to where I get my hand under there, and then I got a pick tool and just pushed in those clips until the cables came off. But those are the only 2 things that are like tied inside of it. So now we'll get this off, and then we'll work on the rest of the dash. That piece here, just once you get these center pieces off, you can just pretty much pop it out. It's clips all the way, and here's that center piece. So there you go. Now we're going to work on getting the rest of the dash out, and hopefully this is helpful for you. This is one unit. This one's broke because of how the reason the tree fell on it. You can see on the hood, but this one's broke already. However, so this just fits over it like that. It pulls. There's a bunch of clips. There are no screws holding this apparatus in. It's just pull. You got to get the top of the steering wheel cover off. It just pops up. You can get I pulled the lower steering wheel cover off just because there's a bolt down here, and then there's 2 bolts, one here and one on the other side. Just turn the wheel. There's 2 bolts here, one there, and one right here that hold the side cover on, which is this. This is how the side cover goes on. And so those 2 screws, and then the rest of these are push clips. Make sure to pull it straight out to the side. And that's where we're at now. Now we're going to get the rest of I'm going to store all this stuff in the trunk, and then we'll keep on getting this stuff off, which it looks like we got screw, screw, and screw. That should pretty much pull out the entire instrument cluster. And then I think we got this here. There might be some more miscellaneous bolts somewhere else, but I think that's pretty much going to get us where we need to go. We got that bolt there. We should be able to get this off very, very soon. So, thank you, and I will update you when I have more. I think I last left you with the instruments. There's 3 bolts, one here, there, and on there. Instruments come out, just one plug, unplug it. Then you're going to have bolt here, bolt here. This is all the bolts that are going to be holding down this entire unit. Bolt there, bolt here. And there's one more under this vent here. But first, before you do all that, take off these A-pillars. Under the airbag logo, you just pop that out with a screwdriver or a pick tool or whatever. There's a bolt holding on the A-pillar cover. This covers up the airbags on the here. And it also shows you there's 2 more bolts, one here, same thing on the other side. Take off that, bolt behind it, and then the last thing you have to do is under here, there's a 12mm bolt hooking on to the airbag right there. You can see how I can move the airbag now? That was holding us on. There was something down there that was holding us on. So the airbag is connected into this dash pad thing. So you take that bolt off, and then we've gotten this whole thing moves now, the whole top thing here. all that's left is just kind of pull it up and look for plugs behind it, things that are holding you in. I'll try to, I guess I'll find out where those are, but there's only a few. If you lift it up here, see we got this one bolt here, or this one thing there, pull it out of that, you can pull the clip off here, then there's the airbag connector, disconnect the airbag, and that should be it. I will get back to you with the final wrap up of it. Alright, we have the dash out, as you can see. All I did was disconnect those wires. The only other wire that I had to fuss with was there's that side curtain airbag, that little gray connector. You just have to get that. So this is all the bolts that I had to take out. They're all labeled and stuff. I didn't even really have to take these out. These go on here. They could probably go back in. So this is the row that I would kind of ignore. But radio is held in by 2. The instruments are held in by these little Phillips heads. All the dash hold downs typically are 8mm, and console hold downs. The airbag bracket, that's that 12mm bolt up at the bottom right there. And yeah, so I got it all labeled and ready to go back in whenever they bring it back. The thing is, one of the biggest reasons I do this whole thing is it's body shop work. This is the second instrument cluster, or the second instrument dash I have out right now that I haven't put back in yet. I have a Toyota Tundra I took out the dash of. It's all still sitting over there. There's a box of bolts just like this over there. So it could be gone for a week, 2 weeks, a month, 4 days. Maybe it comes back tomorrow. Who knows? But whenever it comes back, I want to be able to easily remember what's what. So I'll even show you my other box of bolts for the Toyota Tundra. There's the Tundra dash and some other stuff from the Tundra. There's the box of bolts for the Tundra, box of bolts for the Honda. It's just, I just grab whatever scrap box I can, and then I also do like the arrows kind of showing what order I was taking things out in, because the last thing you want to do is be putting a bolt back in or putting the cover plate on, and then you realize that you have to take off 3 more things because you forgot the bolt at the bottom level of the whole thing that holds the dash to the, the substrate. So I like to try and go in some kind of order, something that you can follow. Whether somebody else can follow it or not doesn't really matter, but as long as you can follow it, then go for it. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. I'll answer whatever I can remember, and thanks for that.